Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna.
Patitanam pavinebhyo Vaishnavebhyo namo namo.
Can everybody hear me? So maybe we don't need the. We need. Okay. नहीं ठीक है. It's okay. We'll do sing Jai Radha Madhava. So, Radha, can you press the power button? First, yeah. Perfect. Yes. Yeah, it's working. It's working. Hare Krishna.
Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Gopijana Vallabha Giri Vadhari. Kunja Bihari Gopijana Vallabha Giri. Yashoda Yashodanand Brajajana Yamuna Tiravanachari Yamuna Tiravanachari. Jaya Radha Madhava Bihari Gopijana Girivardhari. Jaya Radha Madhava Bihari Gopijana Girivardhari. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
వెళ్ళి బేగంపేటలో గాలి మోటార్ దిగి కార్ ఎక్కి మీద కూడా వచ్చిండు. ఈడికెళ్ళి మల్కాజ్గిరి దాకా కిలోమీటర్ ధర గంట సేపు రోడ్లో
Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
कपड़ा नंबर
श्री हरिनाम संकीर्तन की, जगत गुरु श्रील प्रभुपाद की, निताय गौर प्रेमानंद हरि हरि। Let us recite our auspicious invocation prayers which are there in the beginning of the introduction of Bhagavad Gita. All of us together. Om Ajnanatimmirandhasya Jnananjanashalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namah। Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरु श्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजाता सहगणा रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधा कृष्णपादान् सहगणा ललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च नमः। ॐ विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामी निति नामिने। नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। नमो महावदान्याय कृष्ण प्रेम प्रदायते कृष्णाय कृष्ण चैतन्य नाम्ने गौरत्विषे नमः। हे कृष्णा करुणा सिंधो दीनबंधो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिका कांत राधा कांत नमोस्तुते। तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम राम हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। Hare Krishna. So dear devotees, thank you so much for being here on a Friday evening. There are many options, but thank you for making the choice of being here for our weekly study of Sri Bhagavad Gita, which is the foundational, fundamental, essential, spiritual textbook for all the followers of the Vedic Dharma. Hare Krishna. Yesterday we covered till verse number 25, I believe, and we have to start from verse number 24, and we have to start from verse number 25, correct? So this is Sri Bhagavad Gita, chapter 4, entitled Transcendental Knowledge, and we are doing the 25th verse of the 4th chapter. Please repeat after me. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Krishnaya Vasudevaya
कृष्णाय वासुदेवाय
Devaki Nandanaya Cha
देवकी नंदनाय च
Nandagopa Kumaraya
नंदगोपाकुमाराय
गोविंदाय नमो नमः।
गोविंदाय नमो नमः।
नमः पंकजनाभाय
नमज पंकजनाभाय
नमः पंकजमालिने
Padmavati garu mute please.
नमः पंकजनेत्राय नमस्ते पंकजांग्रये वासुदेव परावेद वासुदेव परामखा वासुदेव परयोगो वासुदेव परागति वासुदेव परम ज्ञानम वासुदेव परम तपः वासुदेव परो धर्मो वासुदेव परागतिः हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्णा हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे
ते बंद करना बघा ऑडिओ वाला काय प्रेस केलं की
टेक्स्ट 25 दैवम् एवापरे यज्ञम् योगिना पर्युपासते ब्रह्माज्ञावपरे यज्ञम् यज्ञेनैवोपजुह्वति दैवमेवापरे यज्ञम् योगिना पर्युपासते ब्रह्माज्ञावपरे यज्ञम् यज्ञेनैवोपजुह्वति Daivam, in worshipping the demigods, the devas, eva, like this, apare, some, yajnam, sacrifices, yoginaha, the mystic yogis, paryupasate, to worship perfectly, brahma, brahma means parabrahma, the supreme absolute truth, agnau, in the fire, agni means fire, apare, others, yajnam, sacrifice, yajnena, by sacrifice, eva, thus, upajuvati, worship. Translations and purports by our beloved founder Acharya, Om Vishnupad Paramahamsa Parivrajaka Shtottar Shata Shri Srimad, His Divine Grace Abhay Charana Arvinda Bhakti Vedanta Swami Maharaj Prabhupada, Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada ki. translation of verse number 25 of the 4th chapter of Bhagavad Gita. Lord Krishna is telling Arjun, and by telling Arjun, Lord Krishna is telling all of us also. Some yogis perfectly worship the demigods, the devatas, by offering different yajna, different sacrifices to them. And some yogis offer sacrifices in the fire of the Supreme Brahman. Let's look at the last verse that we studied, verse number 24, which we studied last Friday. Brahmarpanam Brahmahavir, that verse 24. In this verse, Lord Krishna is explaining the activities of a pure devotee of God. Krishna is saying, a person who is fully absorbed in Krishna consciousness, his activities are also spiritual. What he does is spiritual. Remember last time we discussed? The person is spiritual, his activities are spiritual, what he offers to Krishna is spiritual, what work he does is spiritual. Everything about that person is Brahma. It's all spiritual. So now see the flow of Bhagavad Gita. In verse number 24, Krishna explained the activities of a person who is a pure devotee. In verse number 25, Krishna is saying apare, means and others. Not everybody can be like that, completely Krishna conscious. So now Krishna is talking about others. What other people do? See, Bhagavad Gita, even if you go to the Indian court, even today, when someone has to take an oath, they keep their hand, the faithful Hindus will keep their hand on the Bhagavad Gita. The Christians will keep their hand on the Holy Bible. The Muslims will keep their hand on the Holy Quran. So for Hindus, the main book is Bhagavad Gita. Hindus are of different types. Some are karma kandi. They want to worship in order to get good fortune. Some are jnanis. They want to get liberation from this material world. And some are bhaktas. They are devotees. They want to worship and serve Krishna. But if you notice, Bhagavad Gita is that one scripture that is attractive to everyone. A Hindu will never be asked, do you believe in Bhagavad Gita or should I bring some other book? Bhagavad Gita is accepted by every Hindu. Doesn't matter whether he is an agnostic Hindu or a karma kandi Hindu or a jnana kandi Hindu or a ashtanga yogi Hindu or a bhakta Hindu. Everybody accepts the authority of Bhagavad Gita. Do you know why? Who can answer? Why is Bhagavad Gita the standard spiritual text accepted by all the faithful Hindus?
It is
The
general
reason
to
is Bhagavan
cover
himself spoke.
all types of people. Prabhuji, Hare Krishna.
Huh? It is one of the oldest books, yes. Because people want to be good, so they want to accept the words of the all good Lord. Yes. Bhagavad Gita has been coming through parampara. Someone on the Zoom also raised their hand. Who had raised their hand? Nidhi Mataji. So I could not hear Nidhi Mataji. Or Kiran Mataji. So you can unmute and speak loudly now. Nidhi
Prabhuji,
Mataji.
because Bhagavad Gita, the whatever the Krishna said in Bhagavad Gita is covering human beings, not one kind of religion or some kind of species. It's covering entire entire humans. That is the reason
Thank you.
it can be accepted by everyone.
Thank you, Kiran Prabhu. And Nidhi Mataji, you want to say something?
Prabhuji, is it because spoken by Krishna himself and he is the complete soul?
Shri Bhagwan Vach. Yes, Krishna himself has spoken. That's why. Yes.
And it's
So all the
coming
reasons
from...
you gave, all of you gave are correct. The main reason why Bhagavad Gita is accepted by everyone, all Hindus, is because Lord Krishna, in different places of Bhagavad Gita, speaks topics that are relevant to everyone. So imagine there is a group. Now here we are engineers, there are doctors, there may be business people, businessmen. There will be different people of different backgrounds, dentists, retired people. So now, how do I find a topic that is attractive to everyone? And kids, there are kids also here. So how to speak in a way that everybody can pay attention? It has to be something that is of common interest to everyone, correct? Similarly, in Bhagavad Gita, Lord Krishna speaks in a way that universally every human being will find something of value to them. Whether they are following any path, there will be something good for them in Bhagavad Gita. For example, in Bhagavad Gita, Lord Krishna says, Yukta ahar viharascha, that your ahar, your eating, should be just adequate. 50% of the stomach should be filled with food, 25% with water, and 25% with air. Not that because there is something very tasty, 100% of the stomach gets filled with food. Now there is no space even for water, forget air. So these instructions of Krishna are universally applicable. Everybody, people like me who are putting on weight will think, it's right, Krishna is right. I should take it seriously. My wife will be very happy if I eat only 50% of my stomach. Always trying to put me on a diet. But so I am saying this because we are going to have prasad now. So only 50%. So these things Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, which are universally applicable. But then Krishna speaks things which are important for those who like to do meditation. Krishna will speak things useful for those who want to perform yajna. Krishna will say things that are useful for the jnanis who are wanting more and more knowledge. And Krishna will say things for the devotees also. So everybody will find something in Bhagavad Gita. Therefore, over the ages, Bacha, Advik and both, Ram and Sham, come. Our rule is that kids have to sit under my nose, my smelly nose. All the kids. You. So in Bhagavad Gita, there is something for everyone. Therefore, it is universally accurate. And what is the proof that there is something for everyone? In the previous verse 24, Krishna spoke about pure devotees. Now he's saying apare and others. So now he's giving options. Krishna gives a lot of options. Krishna doesn't say, follow this path only. Krishna gives many options. So now he's giving options. Some can worship the devatas. There is Lord Ganapati, Shankar Bhagwan, Mother Parvati, Surya Dev. There are so many devatas. So Krishna says, some devotees, yogis, they will worship the devatas. And they will offer different sacrifices to them. Modak for Ganeshji. Bale leaves for Shivji. So you can offer different things to the devatas, Krishna is saying. Now there are some people who like to do fire sacrifices. Swaha, they'll make offerings in the fire. So, and their aim is that I want the supreme Brahman, that supreme light that is hanging over all of us. They want the Brahma Jyoti. Some people, they are after the Brahma Jyoti, that I don't like this world. This world is a place of suffering. Even if I go to Swargalok, Brahma, Bhuvana Loka Punaravartino Arjuna. In Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says, even if you go to the Brahmalok planet, after some time, you will have to come down. That is how it is. You know, there's a 7-star hotel somewhere. There must be some 7-star hotel. Where is 7-star hotel, Ricardo? 7-star. Okay, the point is, okay, it's okay. Don't get excited. It's not that next Friday we are going to meet there. But there are 5-star hotels and 7-star hotels. My point is, we can go there as long as we are paying the bill. They have our credit card information. They will let us stay. They will be very courteous. Good morning, sir. They will make the bed. They will bring room delivery. They will open the door for us. Everything very nice. Maharaja treatment, royal treatment. But the day we stop paying, Those same people will say, that is the door. That is the door out. This whole material world is like that. You go to the spiritual world because you have punya karma. Shine punye marte lokam vishanti. As long as your pious activity debit card is over, the balance is zero. Martya lokam vishanti. You have to fall down again. That is the rule in this material world. So some people understand this and they say, we don't want anything of this material world. We don't want swarga, we don't want earth, we don't want to become billionaires, we don't want to become millionaires. We want liberation. Mukti chahiye. We want liberation. Those are worshipping the Brahman. They want to merge into the Brahman. But previous verse, Krishna spoke about devotees, those who want Krishna. So in the purport, I'm going to not read the whole purport, but if you go down few sentences, Srila Prabhupada is saying, those who are in Krishna consciousness, they sacrifice all material possessions for the satisfaction of the Supreme Lord. While others who want some temporary material happiness sacrifice their material possessions to satisfy the demigods. Demigods are devatas like Surya Dev, Indra Dev, and others who are impersonalists sacrifice their identity by merging into the existence of the impersonal Brahman. So now we have certain existence in this world. Those who want to merge into Brahman, they say that I don't want to have any existence only. I just want to become one with the Supreme. So that is one path. Those who want some gifts in return, they may worship the devatas. For example, when I was in MBBS in Mumbai, one of the most dreaded examinations was biochemistry because it had nothing to do with patient care. It was all Krebs cycle and all those things inside the body, very boring. Correct, Mataji? So I asked my mother, I'm very scared of this biochemistry exam. It is so boring and dry. What should I do? Then she gave me one mantra of Ganeshji. She said, you chant this mantra 11 times before your exam. What was it called? No. It was like a stotra or something. Anyway, I forgot. No, not the Atharva Shirsha. It was smaller than Atharva Shirsha. But anyway, she gave me. Nahi, Marathi होता काहीतरी. Mummy आएगा. विसरली असेल ती. She might have forgotten. But anyway, so she gave me that, and I chanted, and the thing was, Ganeshji, Jai Deva, Sukhi Theva. Keep us happy. So I will chant this prayer, but please pass me in my biochemistry exam. So that is called Karma Kand. It is okay. On one level, at least you're approaching God. At least you're not cheating. Or you're not giving bribe. At least you're praying to God. So that is on one level, it is a pious activity. So Krishna is giving all these different options. But Krishna is saying, those who are in Krishna consciousness, those who are the devotees, they sacrifice everything for the satisfaction of Krishna. Now here there is a sacrifice because I am sitting and 11 times I am chanting the stotra. But what do I want? Something in return for myself. Pass me in my exam. I want to go to second MBBS from first MBBS. That is a desire. But this is not a devotee. Deva ho deva, Ganpati deva, tumse badkar kaun? Aur tumhare bhaktajanon mein? That is not bhakti. A bhakta will never say humse badkar kaun. Trinadapi sunichena, tarorapi sahishnuna, amani namanadena, kirtaniya sadahari. A devotee will say, Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Daya Karo More Mosama Patita Prabhu Nahi Tribhuvane. त्रिभुवन में मुझसे पतित कोई नहीं है. यहाँ पे हमसे बढ़कर कौन? A real devotee will say हमसे पतित कौन? When Yudhishthir Maharaj and Duryodhan were told by Dronacharya, they were given two different projects. You kids, you get school projects. Yes. Abhinav, you get school projects? Too many. Good answer. I like that. Too many school projects. Advik, you get school projects? Yeah. You also get? You don't get, right? Your project is to play. So kids get projects in school. Correct? Nishta? Not yet. But your sister gets, Tarini gets projects? Yeah. Now, when you get projects, you have to do it. So, what was I saying before that? Duryodhan. So, Duryodhan and Yudhishthir were given projects by Dronacharya. Yudhishthir was told, go and find someone who is inferior to you. And Duryodhan was told, go and find someone who is better than you, superior to you. Both came back empty-handed. Dronacharya, when he asked Duryodhan, I told you to find somebody who is superior to you. Why you came back empty-handed? There is nobody in the whole world who is better than you. Dronacharya said, Gurudev, you have taught me, you have trained me so well that really, humse badkar kaun? I am the best. I went and examined many people, but I always found some flaw in them, which I don't have. So really, I'm sorry, but I'm just being honest. I'm not boasting, I'm just being honest. When we go for interview, CV, I'm highly motivated, I'm this, I'm that. And then they will ask, I used to do residency interviews when I was chief resident at Emory, when we used to interview the prospective residents, one pet question was, tell me one strength and one weakness. So strength, they will say, I've always been top of my class, or whatever they will say. And weakness, I just love to work. I get so, my family always complains that I'm a workaholic. I need to, work less hard, but I can't help it. That's my weakness. So they will show their weakness also as a strength. That is the humse badkar kaun? So Duryodhan, that is Duryodhan mentality. What to do, Kaliyug? This is Duryodhan mentality. But what is Yudhishthir mentality? Go and find someone who is inferior to you, and Yudhishthir Maharaj could not find anyone who is less than him. He always found some good quality in them. So Dronacharya said, you didn't find anybody who is inferior to you? Yudhishthir Maharaj said, no, nobody. Everybody has qualities that are better than mine, that are good. So one crow was sitting. Now crow is a scavenger. So Duryodhan said, Dronacharya said to Yudhishthir Maharaj, given that crow is better than you, are you saying that you are inferior to that crow also? And Yudhishthir Maharaj said, yes, Gurudev. Even the crow is better than me. Even the crow is better than me. Dronacharya said, how? He said, when the crow gets some food, quack, 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 he calls all the family members, all the friends, all the neighbors. He calls all the crows. But when I get food, I quietly sit and eat alone. So the crow is better than me. He's sharing with everyone. That quality even I don't have. So in this way, a devotee sees good in others. A materialistic person, I, me. A devotee means, how can I serve you? Dasosmi, I am your servant. How can I serve you? That is the mentality of devotee. And we want to become devotees. Hare Krishna. Ricardo, yes, sir. The Last Supper, when the 12 apostles and Lord Jesus Christ washed everyone's feet. Service. He's the Lord, but he's washing the feet. That is the path of bhakti. Therefore, Lord Jesus Christ says, I am the only way to the truth. We also say that. Lord Jesus Christ is the only way, because that is the way of bhakti. And we are also on the same path of bhakti. When Lord Jesus Christ says, I am the only way, that means bhakti is the only way. Devotion to the God is the only first commandment. Love the Lord with all your heart and soul. That is what is bhakti. So bhakti is the only way. So in this way, Krishna is showing that there are different processes. Here, if you go down the purport, Srila Prabhupada says, the fruitive workers sacrifice their material possessions for material enjoyment. Hanumanji, let me win the wrestling match in my school wrestling team, and I will give you a garland of vadas. There is sacrifice there, but it is with some expectation. Whereas a devotee has no expectation. Krishna, you can do whatever you want. I just want to serve you. I just want to please you. Whereas the impersonalist, the Brahmavadi, sacrifices his material designations with a view of merging into the existence of the Supreme. Please try to understand. It's not very difficult. The fruitive workers means what? What is the Sanskrit word for fruitive worker? Karmakandi. He gives things to God to get something bigger in return. 11 times I will chant this mantra. Biochemistry exam, I want to pass. Huh? And then the impersonalist who wants to merge into the existence of God, into Brahman, he sacrifices material designations. That I don't want to become a god, I don't want to become a millionaire, I don't want to become an entrepreneur, I don't want anything of this world. I want that. You are understanding? A materialist is sacrificing things to get things from God. A impersonalist, a Mayavadi, is sacrificing his designation because we are very attached to designation. I am doctor, I am engineer, I am green card, you are H1B. So we are very much, I am priority date 2012, you are priority date 2014. So we are proud of these designations. But a person who wants to merge into God, he will say, I don't want any designation of this world. Not American, not Indian, nothing, not Hindu, not Christian. I just want to merge into the power of God, into the existence of God. That is one. Now see, something very beautiful Srila Prabhupada is going to say. Last two sentences of the purport. The Krishna conscious person like Arjun, however, so after speaking about materialist, after speaking about those who want liberation, now Krishna is speaking about devotee, which is our path. So we should become very alert now. Listen. The Krishna conscious person like Arjun, however, sacrifices everything for the satisfaction of Krishna. Yes, for the pleasure of Krishna. And thus all his material possessions, as well as his own self, everything is sacrificed for Krishna. Manasa deha geha jo kichu mor arpi lutu apade Nanda Kishore. Who is Nanda Kishore? Nanda Kishore. Kishore means son. And Nanda is Nanda Baba. So Nanda Baba, son is Nanda Kishore. Nanda Nandan Krishna. Manasa means what? Mind. Deha means body. Geha means possessions, house. Jo Kichu more. And whatever else may be in my possession. Arapilu means arpan karna, to offer. Tua pade, at the lotus feet. Nanda Kishore. Oh Krishna, my mind, my body, my family members, my house, my possessions, my saving account, checking account, 401k, bank locker, everything I surrender at your lotus feet. Everything is for you, Krishna. This is the path of a devotee. Please sing after me. Manasa deha geha jo kichu mor. Arpi lutu apade Nanda Kishore. From the heart. Manasa deha geha jo kichu mor. Arpi lutu apade Nanda Kishore. This is the path of devotion. To do everything for Krishna's pleasure, to offer everything for the pleasure of God. What are we taught in school? What are we taught in school? What have you learned in school?
Math.
Advik. Math. Why?
I don't know.
Good, you're honest. Why? What are you learning in school?
Material knowledge.
Material. Why?
Material gain.
What is material gain you want to gain from your education?
Good college and money.
Money. Ultimately, it comes to money. Money and prestige. That it should be a respectable job in society and it should give good money. That is the purpose of going to schools, colleges, and universities, so that we can earn prestige and money. Dollars and dignity. Bolo, dollars and dignity. It boils down to this ultimately. But the spiritual knowledge that we gain, the path of bhakti, it is meant to give pleasure to Krishna. Tat Sukh Bhavana, for the pleasure of Krishna. Whatever I do it for God, not for my sake. This is the path of bhakti, and this we are not taught anywhere. You can become a PhD from Harvard University, or from Stanford University, or from any of the Ivy League university. We will not understand who we actually are, who is God, and what is our relationship with God. Is there any course in any university which teaches who we are, who is God, and what is our relationship with God? Have you learned anything like that, Vanya? No. Yeah. So who are we? We are taught in the school that we are this body. We are these designations. I am an Indian, I am a male, I am a female. But we are not really taught who is inside the body. Who is the person who feels emotions inside the body? If you in medical school, we are taught anatomy. Now Vaishnavi will learn anatomy. When she goes to medical school, they break down the body into smaller and smaller units. That body is made up of different organs. Organs are made up of different tissues. Tissues are made up of cells. Cell structure you have studied. What is the covering of the cell? The cell membrane, cell wall. There is a nucleus, mitochondria. All those things are broken down. Ultimately, if you analyze them, they are all combination of proteins, carbohydrates, and lipids, which in turn are made up of carbon, nitrogen, oxygen. We were talking the other day. Prabhuji, you were telling me that everything is vibration? Prabhuji was saying string theory. String theory. Nishikant Prabhu was telling that now the latest is the string theory. Ultimately, everything boils down to it's a vibratory motion, all material things. So this is material knowledge. This is what it boils down to. But spiritual knowledge goes even subtler than that, even deeper than that. That this is all material. Ultimately, it comes down to atoms, molecules. But what is atoms and molecules cannot feel emotions. Atoms and molecules cannot think. Atoms and molecules cannot reason. Atoms and molecules cannot have desires. We have desires. Are we just a dead piece of microphone or a dead piece of table? We feel emotions. We have desires. We have ambitions. We can think. Can any medical textbook, any anatomy or physiology textbook explain how this bundle of atoms and molecules can have emotions, can have memory, can have feelings, can experience love? Love at first sight. How can a bundle of atoms and molecules experience love towards another bundle of atoms and molecules? How is it possible? There has to be something, a sentient person inside, and that is the soul. Consciousness is the symptom of soul. Feelings is a symptom of soul. A body cannot feel. When a dead body is lying there, we say, wo chale gaye, wo chal base. He passed away. Obituary. He passed away. Who passed away? He's still in the casket. It is the soul that has moved on, passed away. So a devotee goes to the level, operates on the level of the soul. All people in this world operate on the level of the body and mind. But a devotee operates on the level of the soul. Therefore, a devotee is misunderstood. What? One person, he came once to the temple. He said, what? You people are sitting on the floor. You have been invited, you are guests, and you are made to sit on the floor. That's disgraceful. Why are you sitting 2 hours on the floor? They find spiritual life completely distasteful. It's a waste of time. It's very boring. But actually, we feel it is boring because we are only accustomed to thinking on the level of the body and the mind, physical body and the mind. But if we analyze who is the soul, that is the first question. Who are we? We are the spirit, soul, spirit, Jeev, Atma. Then the next question is, who is God? God is Paramatma. We are Jivatma. God is Paramatma. We are soul. He is the super soul. God is all powerful. We are a little bit powerful. We may have power on one country if we are the president for 5 years, maximum 2 terms. We have some power in some place for some time. God has all power, all places, all the time. That is the difference. Our Shastra explains this. Krishna says this. Bhoktaram yagyatapasam sarva loka maheshwar. So first question is what? What is the first question? Who am I? Second question is, well, if I didn't create this world, I didn't create the sun, so who created this world? Who is God? That is the second question. And third question is, well, if there is an all-powerful God and there is me, then what is my duty towards God? What is my relationship with God? My dear friends, if from today's class you want to take home something, let it be this. As responsible human beings, it is our duty to understand the answers to these 3 questions. Who am I in reality? I cannot be this body. I am a sentient being who is dwelling in this body. Who am I? I didn't create this world. I didn't create the laws of nature. I didn't create the forces. I didn't create the DNA. So who is this creator? Who is the super intelligent creator who has created this world? Second question. We must find the answer. How can we live in this world just for roti kapda makan? How are we different from animals? Ahara nidra bhayamaithunamscha samanametat pashubhir narana dharmo hitesham adhiko vishesho dharmena hina pashubhir samana. Our Vedas say ahar, nidra, bhay and maithun. Eating, sleeping, waiting and defending. This samanameta. Saman means what? Same. Samanameta pashubhir narana. Animals, pashu and nar, human beings. All of them engage in eating, sleeping, having family and defending themselves. So we going to colleges and university comes under what category? Yeah, comes under what which of the 4 categories? Eating, sleeping, defending, and having family. Defending. Because we want to have a nice house which will protect us when it is raining outside, when it is cold in the winter, when it is hot in the summer. We want clothes, we want food to maintain ourselves. So you just agreed that we study, go to college and universities to get money. Ultimately to get money. Will anyone apply for a job? I want to become a, what is it called? Software engineer. Acha, how much package you want? Package nahi chahiye. I want to serve. I love Accenture. I just love. I want to serve. I don't expect anything. Have you ever seen an applicant like that? I want to be a, huh? They will think something is wrong with him. So like that. So everything that we do, education, ultimately it is for money. Ultimately, a profession we choose, we think, kam kaam karke zyada paisa kaise milega. So everything is for money, ultimately. But is money the goal of life? Because even the animals, they can maintain themselves. Even ants collect. Thoda sugar rakho idhar. Dekho kya hota hai. If you keep little sugar, the ants will come and take it. They have their saving account. They have their locker, their bank. They will make a nice, grihamedis. Yeah. So even animals are doing defending. And everything that we do, the greatest scientist or the most astute entrepreneur, most successful entrepreneur whose startup got bought, creators of WhatsApp and Facebook and everybody, all that are going to space, Tesla, SpaceX, Amazon, all these big shots, they are very successful, but they're successful in the realm of to maintain. How can I have money, a lot of money, so I never have to worry about money? How can I enjoy with that money? And how can I be comfortable with all that money? It all comes under the purview of roti kapada makan. Ahar, nidra, bhay maita. I want to sleep comfortably. I want to live comfortably. I want to eat comfortably. Can you imagine the most intelligent materialist is working for this. And our Shastra says this even the animals do. Even the animals do. So Pashu bhi Narana, Samanaveta, it is same. So then what is the difference between animals and us? Well, they are intelligent in their way. Yes. The difference between animal and us is dharmo hi tesham adhiko vishesh. It is dharma that is vishesh. Vishesh means unique, special, between the pashu and the nar, between the human beings and the animals. Dharma, the practice of dharma. There is a dog park when we go to temple near Atlanta Medical Center, what used to be Atlanta Medical Center, on that Boulevard Street, there's a left side, there's a dog park. And what is this? We have come together. There's a Bhakti Vriksha, Bhagavad Gita study group. Have you ever seen a Bhagavad Gita study group for dogs who are the most intelligent animals? No. So the thing that is different between animals and human beings is the quest for dharma. The inquisitiveness to find answers to these three questions. Who is the creator of this world? Is there a God or is there no God? And if there is a God, who is God? And who am I? Why am I suffering in this world? Why am I enjoying in this world? Who am I? And what is my relationship with God? These three questions you take home today with you. Do not die before finding out the answers to these three questions. Essential questions. Who am I? Who is the creator of this whole world where I am living? And what is my relationship with that person, with that God? Please don't just live and die not knowing answers to these three questions, please. Then the human life is waste. These are three essential questions. And finding out the answers to these three questions is called Sambandha Dhyan. The first stage of spiritual development. There is Sambandha, Abhidheya, Prayojan. We'll discuss in detail later on. Sambandha is this knowledge, answer to these three questions. Abhidheya is the process to attain the perfection in spiritual life, and Prayojan is the activities when we have attained the perfection. When we have understood our relationship with Krishna, then we operate on that level. That is called Prayojan, the ultimate. So here Krishna is saying that different people, different folks, different strokes. Some will worship the Devatas, some will worship the Brahman, some will worship me directly. Yes. So it is Krishna's, in Brahma Samhita it is explained, the Brahma Jyoti, which is the light in the spiritual sky. So see, just like in this material world, we have planets, and between the planets is the space. Correct? Space. And space is dark. In the spiritual world, in Vaikuntha, there are many different spiritual planets. On one planet, Lord Ramachandra lives. On one planet, Lord Narasimha Dev lives. On one planet, Lord Narayan lives. One planet, Lord Krishna lives with the devotees. And the pastimes, Leelas are going on eternally. But between those planets, there is a spiritual sky, which is not dark like the material space sky that we have. It is effulgent. And it is effulgent because Krishna's bodily rays, Krishna's bodily effulgence lights up the spiritual sky. That light in the spiritual sky is called Brahma Jyoti. It's like the sun. The effulgence, the sunlight, like that in the spiritual sky, it is Brahma Jyoti. It is Krishna's bodily effulgence. Brahma Samhita explains that. Correct. Everything in the spiritual world, just like in the material world, everything is dead matter. Stones, water, fire, it's all dead, right? It has no life. We don't say Mr. Water or Mr. Fire. No, it's all dead matter. In the spiritual world, nothing is dead. It's the spirit, everything is spirit. So everything is Chinmay. The Sanskrit word is Chinmay. Everything is spiritual in the spiritual world. So nothing is dead matter there. So souls, the Jivatmas, they become dust at Krishna's lotus feet. They can become Krishna's flute. A Jivatma can become Krishna's cow. They can become part of Krishna's bodily effulgence in the Brahma Jyoti, the souls. So nothing is dead matter. The spiritual world is antimatter. There is no matter there. You know, scientists, they have coined this term antimatter. So spiritual world is antimatter. There is no atoms, molecules there. Everything is spiritual. It's a different dimension, the spiritual world. They want to merge in the light, the spiritual light. Brahma Jyoti. Jyoti means light, and Brahma means spiritual. They want to merge in the Brahma Jyoti. That is one level of spiritual understanding. In Srimad Bhagavatam, it is mentioned, Vadanti tat tattvavidas tattvam yad jnanam advayam brahmeti paramatmeti bhagavaniti shabdate. That Bhagavan, the Supreme Lord, is realized in three aspects. First is the Brahma Jyoti, the light. Then the Lord dwelling in everyone's heart, Paramatma. Ishvara sarva bhutanam hrideshe arjuna tishtati. That is the Paramatma real. Brahmeti, Paramatmeti, and then Bhagavan. Bhagavaniti shabdate. And then our Krishna is explaining these different paths for different types of people, because anybody can attain spiritual perfection. It is not that to attain spiritual perfection, one has to take sannyas. One has to renounce everything, wear saffron cloth, shave up the head. No. We can do our work, we can live with our family, and we can be perfect spiritual practitioners. It is mentioned in the Vaishnava history. You have all heard of Sripad Ramanujacharya in South India. Everybody has heard Sripad Ramanujacharya. So Sripad Ramanujacharya was a sannyasi and a very great acharya. And he had many disciples, thousands and thousands of shishya, disciples. And he lived in Srirangam. Srirangam and Kanchipuram, both the places he lived mainly. When he was in Srirangam, how many of you have been to Srirangam in South India? So when Sripad Ramanujacharya was living in Srirangam, one day Lord Ranganath, the Chote, the Utsav Murti, Utsav Vigraha, they were going on a procession. And everyone was lining along the street to have darshan of Lord Ranganath Dev. And Sripad Ramanujacharya also was there with his disciples, trying to have darshan of Lord Ranganath as he went on procession on the elephant, on the main street. And he noticed a very odd scene. There was a very well-built Pahalwan. He was a Pahalwan, bodybuilder, wrestler. And he was holding an umbrella for his wife. Because it was a sunny day and he didn't want his wife to get tanned. So he was holding an umbrella over his wife's head, and he was looking at her face constantly. Oh, is the sunlight coming? Let me adjust. Let me adjust. I will not let sunlight come on my dear wife's face. Otherwise, she's so fair and beautiful, fair and lovely. She will get tanned. Now, just like all of you are laughing, the followers of Sripad Ramanujacharya were laughing because they are all sadhus, sannyasis. They're saying, what a attached husband he is. He's so enamored by his wife's beauty. Look at how he's making a joke of himself in the street. Everybody is laughing at him that he's such a crazy fellow. In public, he's behaving like this. So Sripad Ramanujacharya told his disciples that please go and tell this crazy fellow to stop doing this. It's so funny. On a street, when the Lord is going on procession, instead of looking at the Lord, you're looking at your wife and trying to shade her with the umbrella. It's so funny. So the disciples of Sripad Ramanujacharya go and they tell him, sir, what is your name? And he says, my name is, who knows? My name is Dhanurdas. Dhanurdas. Sir, why are you doing like this? Why are you holding an umbrella over your wife? It's so in public, it's so funny. She can hold it herself. And the Lord is going on the procession. You are doing this. It's so uncivilized in a way. So he says, what to do? There is no one as beautiful as my dear wife. And I don't want the sun to damage her skin. And I cannot take my eyes off her. Very romantic. I cannot take my eyes off her. So then the disciples come back to Sripad Ramanujacharya and they say, he's not listening, Gurudev. Why? Well, he says his wife is the most beautiful lady. He knows. And he cannot take his eyes off her. He doesn't want her skin to get damaged by the hot sun. So he's holding the umbrella constantly. Sripad Ramanujacharya goes to him and says, "My dear Dhanurdas, why are you behaving like this?" He says, "Oh, Sannyasi Thakur, look at my wife. Look at her beautiful eyes. Have you ever seen anyone with such beautiful eyes? How can I take my eyes off her? She's so beautiful. She's so fair and lovely. I have to protect her from the hot sun." So Sripad Ramanujacharya told him in front of the wife, "What if I show you someone who has eyes millions of times more beautiful than your wife's eyes?" He says, "What? Impossible. It is not possible." Because he was very handsome, he was very well built, and he managed to get a very beautiful, good-looking wife. So he said, "It is not possible. No one can have eyes more beautiful than my wife's." Sripad Ramanujacharya says, "What if I show you? Then will you stop doing this in public?" He said, "Yes, I will stop all this. If you show me someone who is more beautiful than my wife, whose eyes are more beautiful than my wife's, then I will stop doing this." So Sripad Ramanujacharya holds his hand and says, "Come with me," and takes him straight in the Garbhagriha of the Ranganath temple and takes him right in front of Lord Ranganath, who is giving his darshan. And he looks as Kamalanayan, his beautiful eyes like the petals of a lotus, so glittering, so beautiful, so attractive, that Dhanurdas, he has tears in his eyes, just taking darshan of, have you seen Lord Ranganath? Just taking darshan of Lord Ranganath. See, we don't have that effect. How many of you are crying when you first saw Lord Ranganath? But Dhanurdas had that effect when he had darshan because he was taken by his Gurudev. Why pure devotee was showing him, you take darshan. So the darshan that he had was miraculous. He got so attracted that he said, "Gurudev, you are so right. I have never seen anybody's eyes so beautiful as Lord Ranganath. Now every day I will come and gaze at the beautiful eyes of Lord Ranganath." This Dhanurdas was really a connoisseur of beauty. He had some good taste. So he could immediately recognize that, yes, Lord Ranganath has the most beautiful eyes in the world. And his wife also agreed, yes, you should, instead of looking at me, you should look at Lord Ranganath. Instead of holding an umbrella for me, you should hold an umbrella for Lord Ranganath when he goes out on procession. So both of them, they surrendered to Sripad Ramanujacharya, and they accepted Sripad Ramanujacharya as their guru, spiritual master. Sripad Ramanujacharya was so fond of Dhanurdas and his wife that many times he would say, "Well, let's ask Dhanurdas what his opinion is about this. Or why don't you call Dhanurdas? I want to talk to him. Let me see if I can tell him this service. Let him do this service." So he would always glorify this Dhanurdas. And who are the disciples? They're all sannyasis. So they got a little disturbed at, what is it? We have renounced everything, our family, for our Gurudev, but Gurudev never praises us. He's always praising this Dhanurdas, who is living with this beautiful wife in a nice house. And we are living in the ashram. We have renounced everything. We are only wearing kopin and this sannyasi clothes. And he is wearing nice dhoti kurta. And Gurudev is always glorifying him. Now Sripad Ramanujacharya comes to know that the sannyasi disciples are talking like this about Dhanurdas. So he says, Sripad Ramanujacharya thinks that I must do something by which my disciples will understand the glory of Dhanurdas. So he tells them, and all these sannyasis are always complaining to him, that Gurudev, this Dhanurdas is not so advanced spiritually. The Dhanurdas is not such a good devotee. The Dhanurdas is not like that, not this, not that. So many false complaints were coming to Sripad Ramanujacharya about Dhanurdas. So Sripad Ramanujacharya thought that I must do something by which my disciples, sannyasi disciples, will understand that even a grahastha, even a householder can become a great devotee. So one night, when all the sannyasis were sleeping, all the brahmacharis and sannyasis were sleeping, sannyasis are very simple. You have dhoti that we wear. They take one dhoti and they cover their whole body with that. I'll explain how. They tear one strip of cloth, one narrow strip of cloth. That is the underwear. So they tie a string around the waist and then one cloth wraps around. So that is the langot. You have seen wrestlers wear langot. It is the langot. It's called kopin. Then one piece of that dhoti cloth, they will wrap around the lower body as markin. This is how the South Indians wear. Like that. They wrap around dhoti. That's markin. And one piece of cloth, they will cover their shoulders, upper body. So in one dhoti, they will cover their whole body. Two strips for underwear, langot. One piece of cloth around the lower body as markin. And one piece of cloth as chadar to cover the upper body. They live such a simple life. In one dhoti, they can live for years. This is the life of a sannyasi, very simple. So one night when all these brahmacharis and sannyasis were sleeping, Sripada Ramanujacharya woke up and they had only two sets of clothes. One cloth they would wear and one cloth they would wash and dry. That's all they had, two sets of clothes. Ricardo, two underwears, two chadars and two dhotis. That's all. One on the body, one washed and dried. So Sripad Ramanujacharya woke up at night when their clothes were drying and the kopin, the underwear, he tore little bit, all the underwears of all the sannyasis and all the brahmacharis, the kopin, langot. He tore. Morning, when they all woke up, they said, oh, what is this? This nonsense. Somebody has torn my kopin. I said, no, my kopin also is torn. Did you tear my kopin? No, mine is also torn. Why you are blaming me? They start fighting with each other. Who tore the kopins? Who tore the kopins? Did you tear? No, even mine is torn. No, you must have torn. No, you are envious of me. You think my kopin is better. That's why you tore my kopin. They started fighting with each other over their underwear. Then Sripad Ramanujacharya told all of them, come here. I want you to do one mission tonight. I want you to go to the house of this Dhanurdas, who is a householder. He is not a sannyasi like all of you. You are great. You have given up everything in this world. But that Dhanurdas, he is married to that beautiful lady and he lives in a house. And you know how much jewels the wife wears, Dhanurdasa's wife wears. After taking the lunch, in the afternoon she sleeps. And Dhanurdas is in my service here in the ashram. So I will keep Dhanurdas with me. All of you go to the house and you sneak in through the window. In those days, there was no ADT, security system or nothing like that. You can just go through the window. So you go enter the house through the window, and when she's sleeping, you steal her Mangal Sutra, you steal her bangles. She sleeps very soundly. Because you know, the household, they eat too much. So she is sleeping. She doesn't follow the 50% rule. She eats too much. So she will be sleeping and snoring. She will not wake up. Don't worry. You go, remove her bangle, remove her rings, remove her Mangal Sutra, earring also you can remove and bring. Because in our ashram, we need money. And let us see what they do when they come to know that everything is stolen. So these sannyasi disciples, they agree. Because Sripad Ramanujacharya says, go and steal and then hide behind the window and see what happens. I will send Dhanudas home. When Dhanudas comes home and the wife wakes up and she realizes her jewelry is stolen by somebody, let us see what is their reaction. And then you come and tell me what their reaction was. So these are very happy. Oh, now we can, show our Gurudev how materially attached this Dhanudas is. So they go, they enter through the window. Dhanudas is with Sripad Ramanujacharya in the ashram. They go to his house. Wife is sleeping. And they remove her ring. Now she wakes up. Moment at touch, she wakes up. But she doesn't do anything. So she's sleeping on her left side. They remove the right ring. They remove the right bangle. They remove the Mangal Sutra. They remove the right earring. And she's pretending to sleep. Then she doesn't complain anything. Then she turns to the other side so that they can take the other earring also, other hand bangles, other hand rings also. So she turns like this. And when she turns, they get scared. They feel that, oh, she has woken up, she has woken up. So they run off. They jump out the window and they're waiting outside. But they have done half the stealing. And they're waiting outside the window. And then at the appointed time, our Shripad Ramanacharya, he tells Dhanurdas, go home. So then Dhanudas enters the house. And as soon as he enters the house, the wife offers him pranams and says, today something horrible happened. Now they are all listening outside the window. What happened? Says, you see, my Mangal Sutra is stolen. My one earring is gone. My one hand bangle is gone. One hand rings are gone. What happened? All the wonderful devotees from our Guru Maharaj's ashram, they came in the afternoon. They thought I was sleeping. Actually, I was not sleeping. And as I was lying down, they came to me and they removed my Mangal Sutra. They removed one golden bangle and everything. And I was so sad in my heart. Dhanuda asked, why were you sad? I was sad because they were stealing, which means they must be having severe financial crisis in the mutt. They must be really short of funds. That's why they were resorting to stealing. Otherwise, why would they steal? These are very great devotees. That means our Gurudev must be really having a lot of financial stress. So I was very happy that they were taking my jewels. I wanted to give them the other side also. So I turned on the other side. So they will steal from the other side. But they got scared. They got spooked. When I turned, they got spooked and they ran away. Oh, Anuras says, oh my dear, I wish they had not got scared. I wish they had taken the other side also. Anyway, remove your remaining jewelry. I'll go and donate it to Gurudev just now. Immediately I'll go and deliver to Gurudev. In fact, whatever wealth we have, whatever gold coins we have, let's go and give everything to Gurudev. They must be really needing. That's why Gurudev's disciples are stealing. Then all the disciples, the sannyasis, they go to Shripad Ramanujacharya. And Shripad Ramanujacharya says, so what was the reaction when the Dhanudas came home? So they tell everything to Gurudev. And they say, Gurudev, now we understood how great they are. How unattached they are to their wealth. And how much they love you, how much they respect us, and how much they want to serve you. Gurudev, today morning we were fighting over pieces of our underwear. And here Dhanurdas and his wife, they are willing to give their jewelry, their jewels, gold, everything in your service. Today we have understood that it doesn't matter whether one is sannyasi or one is a householder. What matters, the spiritual currency. Please listen carefully. The spiritual currency that makes us rich in the eyes of God is our bhakti. How much love we have for God. What is the currency in the US? USD. Correct. What is the currency in India? Indian rupee. Yes. What is the currency in the spiritual world? Prema Pumarto Mahan. Love. How much love you have for Krishna. That is all. Nothing else matters. Doesn't matter whether we are in a male body or we are in a female body. It doesn't matter. Doesn't matter whether we are rich or poor, whether we are educated or not educated, whether we can sing nicely or not sing nicely. It doesn't matter. None of these qualities matters. What matters is how much love we have for Krishna. And how do we develop love for Krishna? That is the final question. How do we develop love for God? Yes. Nitya Siddha Krishna Prem. Sadhya Kabun hoy. Shravan Adi Shuddhi Chitti Koriye Uday. When we hear about Krishna, we develop love for Krishna. Next time you remind me, I will tell you the story of someone who developed love for Krishna just by hearing about Krishna. Had never seen Krishna, but had love for Krishna. Another way to develop love for Krishna is to chant Krishna's names. See, when we say Ashok, 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 we call out to somebody, then we develop a connection with that person. Correct? Similarly, if we are calling Krishna's name, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, it's a very personal thing. Arav, it's a very personal thing. When I say Arav, I'm talking only to you. It's very personal. So when we're saying Hare Krishna, we're chanting Krishna's name. It is a very personal communication between us and Krishna. And Krishna says, Taro madhye sarva shrestha nama sankirtan. Taro madhye sarva shrestha nama sankirtan. Nirapradhe nama lele pabe prema dhan. Nirapradhe nama lele pabe prema dhan. There are many ways of being spiritual. We are discussing so many ways. We can do yajna, we can offer prayers, offer things to different devatas. So many ways of doing religious activities. Mahaprabhu is saying, Tara Madhe means unme se Sarva Shresht, the topmost among all these religious practices. There are so many ways of being religious. Do you all want to know what is the most powerful one process that is most powerful? Mahaprabhu is saying, Krishna is saying, Tar Madhya Sarva Shresht, the best spiritual process is Nam Sankirtan. To loudly come together like how we have come and to chant the names of God. Tar Madhya Sarva Shresht, Nam Sankirtan, Nir Aparadhe. You don't commit offenses. And you chant the name. Nir Aparadhe Nama Leile Pabe Premadhan. You will get Prem. The question is, how do we get love for God? We get love for God by coming together and singing the names of God. So are we ready to do it now? Taro madhye sarva shrestha nama sankirtan. Nirapradhe nama lele pabe premadhan. Taro madhye sarva shrestha nama sankirtan. Nirapradhe nama lele pabe premadhan. We will do Nam Sankirtan now, but I want to recap the three essential questions that we discussed today. Who are we? In Bhagavad Gītā, Lord Krishna says, Mamaya amsho jiva loke jiva bhuta sanatana. We are Krishna's part and parcel. Amsha means what? Part. Krishna is saying in Bhagavad Gītā, Mamaya amsho jiva loke jiva bhuta. All the jivas are my parts and particles. So who do we belong to? Belong to Krishna. Now who is Krishna? In Bhagavad Gītā, Krishna himself explains that Mataha parataram nanyat kinchidasti dhananjaya mai sarvamitam protam sutre manigana iva. That I am the supreme personality of Godhead. There is no truth superior to me. Mataha parataram na anyat. I am the supreme personality of Godhead. So second question is, who is God? Who is God? Krishna is God. He is the supreme person. So who are we? We are a part of Krishna. Small part. Amsha. Who is Krishna? He is the supreme God. Param Brahma, Param Dham, Pavitram, Paramam Bhavan. In Bhagavad Gītā it is mentioned. 10th chapter. Okay. So we are servants of Krishna. We are part of Krishna. Krishna is the supreme whole. He is the supreme God. And what is our relationship with Krishna? Our relationship with Krishna is that of devotion. In Bhagavad Gītā, Krishna says, Man mana bhavamad bhakto, become my devotee. That is our relationship with Krishna. Devotee. Bhakta. Bhakta means to serve with love. Loving devotional service. So who are we? Krishna's part and parcel. Who is God? Krishna is God. What is our relationship with God? A relationship of love. Relationship of bhakti. If we know this, we have understood Bhagavad Gītā. And how do we evoke that love? For example, we have Wi-Fi in this house, but Ricardo is not connected to the Wi-Fi of this house. Why? He has a device, but he's not connected. Why? He doesn't know the Wi-Fi network name and he doesn't have the password. we cannot connect with Krishna unless and until we know that Krishna is God and we belong to Krishna. And then we can connect. The password is the Hare Krishna Mahamantra. First, we should know the network name. Because if you open the Wi-Fi, there are so many networks. We don't know which networks belongs to Abhinav. So we should know the network name. So we should know who is God. Otherwise, we can worship so many. We can worship a tree, we can worship a stone, worship so many things. We should know who is God. We should know who are we. We should know what is the relationship. So when we know the network, now we need to know the password, and we have to punch in the password and hit join. That password is Hare Krishna Mahamantra. We can connect with Krishna. We can evoke our love for Krishna by chanting this Hare Krishna Mahamantra. I am not saying this. The Supreme Lord himself has said this. Taramadhe sarvashresh nama sankirtan nirapradhe nama leile babe premadhan. We will get Krishna. So now with full devotion that we have in our heart, with concentration, next 15-20 minutes, let's do Harinam Sankirtan, and then there will be Prasad. And at the end of Prasad, there is a surprise also. Everybody is ready? Okay. Kirtan. So everybody pay attention, okay? Okay, wait. Questions, yes. Just by hearing. Next time.
But isn't that like technically that could also be Prahlad because Prahlad Maharaj
It could be Prahlad Maharaj. But first, yes. Rukmini Devi, she heard from Narad Muni just one time. Narad Muni had come to Vidarbha. Yes. Anvika. Please. Ask your question to me now. Yes, question. What?
Why did wash the feet? Why did Lord Jesus wash the feet of the thousands?
God takes greatest pleasure in showing that the devotee is greater. God loves the devotee so much that he is willing to wash their feet, to show my devotee is so great. Krishna also washed Sudama's feet in the 10th canto. Second, Jesus Christ is teaching us the importance of service. How important it is to serve each other. In the material world, our mentality is to enjoy. I want to enjoy. But spiritual life is the opposite of material life. Like we were discussing, in material life, the CV will be, I am very this, I am that, we glorify ourselves. In spiritual life, it's the opposite. Everybody is better than me, and I am last. Humility. It's teaching us humility. Okay? Yes. You remember your question? Go for it.
What do you mean by, like earlier this session you said matter, like something about antimatter.
This is matter. What you're sitting on.
I know.
This floor is matter. The ceiling is matter. That wall is matter. That curtain is matter. Correct. They're all matter.
Like, there's no matter.
In the spiritual world, beautiful question. She's saying, what does it mean that in the spiritual world there is no matter? Spiritual world is not like this. Spiritual world is spiritual. There are two things. There is spiritual and there is material. In this material world, everything is matter. In the spiritual world, everything is made up of spirit, the Holy Spirit. You understand, Ricardo? Holy Spirit? In the spiritual world, everything is made of Holy Spirit. It is not made of this matter. Yeah, that's the spiritual world. So everything is spiritual. That's why it's called spiritual world. Here, everything is material. So it's called material world. Everything is matter. In spiritual world, everything is spiritual. Spiritual means it does not have the properties of matter. The properties of matter are, it is created, it grows, it maintains, it produces byproducts, it dwindles and dies. Take anything, any example, anything in this material world, it will have these characteristics. But spiritual world is not like that. It is eternal.
Material world, there is vikar. There are transformations. Spiritual world, nirvikar. You understand? So spiritual world is completely different. But now I'm going to ask you something very important. Are you ready for the quiz? I'm going to ask you, what can you learn from Chiki? On the path of Krishna consciousness, on the path of bhakti, what can you learn from Chiki? Who doesn't know who is Chiki here? Who doesn't know? What can you learn from Chiki? Yes. I don't. Oh, she is the pet dog. She is Abhinav's pet. Chiki, correct? Your little sister. So what can we learn in the path of Krishna consciousness? What can we learn from Chiki? Yes, Mataji.
He considers the owners of this house as the master and they want to serve like how we can.
He serves. Yes. Very nice. He serves. What else? Loyalty. Chikki lives in this house. He will not go and say, oh, today I want to live in that house. No, he's living in this house. He's loyal to the master. Yes.
When Chikki was a puppy, she used to run out when we opened the door. A couple of times she did that and she went out into the neighborhood. We tried looking for her, but then later we came back inside. And then a few minutes later, we would hear scratching on the door because she came back.
So we also have to scratch on Krishna's door. Krishna, I want to come back. I have to come back. I have suffered enough in this material world. No more. Please take me back. That's what we can learn from Chikki. What else? Yes, Nishna. Tarini. What can we learn from Chikki? Maithili. Lessons from Chikki. Loyalty. Yes. Yes. Tulsi Gopinath. Yes, we discussed this last time also. That better to be a dog in the house of a devotee than to be very big person in the material world. Yes, Asha Mataji. Krishna Das, Bindas. Maya ka Das, Udas. Krishna Das is Bindas. Avashya Rakshibe Krishna. Krishna will protect me. Rakshishati iti Vishwaso, Goptiritve Varananda. That is the nature of a devotee. Sharanagat, surrendered. Krishna will protect. Can I tell you a secret? Are you ready to hear a secret? Our acharyas have said, Srimati Draupadi Devi, she was Bindas in the Kuru Sabha. Doesn't sound intuitive, right? But she was Bindas in the Kuru Sabha. She was fearless in the Kuru Sabha. Ricardo, Draupadi Devi was a very beautiful princess who was being attacked by a very bad man called Dushasana in front of her husband, in front of so many family members. She was very powerful, attacking her. But she was very peaceful, bindas. She was not worried. Why? Our acharyas explain. She prayed to Krishna. Govinda Dwaraka Vasi Krishna Gopi Jana Priya. She called out to Krishna. Hey Krishna, hey Keshav, hey Narayan. And her prayer was, Krishna, I belong to you. Manasa Deha Geha Jo Kishu Mor Arpilu Tuapade Nanda Kishore. Krishna, I am yours. Everybody knows I am your devotee. So I am your property. Your property is being stolen. Now, whose property is being stolen, that person will worry. Correct? Now, if we come to know that some house is burning, oh, really? It's very sad. Now, if they say, and the address is 7630 Poppy Mill Lane. What? That's my address. I will get up and run. Prabhuji, you find some other ride, I have to go. Somebody call 911. Isn't it? Because our house. So Draupadi is saying, Krishna, this body belongs to you. Manasa Deha Geha Jo Kyuchumur Arpilup Tuapade Nandaki. I am already offered to you. I belong to you. Now I am being attacked. If you want to save me, you save me. I am yours. I am your property. And Krishna says, Kaunteya pratijanihi name bhakta pranashyati. My devotee will never perish. This is Krishna's promise. And Draupadi is Krishna's devotee. So whose reputation is at stake? And Krishna is always victorious. Param Vijayate Shri Krishna Sankirtanam. He's always victorious. So Krishna comes. Similarly, Prabhupada also has said that you chant 16 rounds every day in the morning, you follow the 4 regulative principles, and you will be protected. So we should also come every day on Zoom, chant our 16 rounds with video on in front of everyone. Then it is Krishna's responsibility. Then if we fall down, we will say, oh, Prabhupada and Krishna have said 16 rounds. This devotee was chanting 16 rounds, but he fell. So Krishna will protect. So we should be like Draupadi's mood. That Krishna, you protect. We are doing what you are saying. Now you protect. We are your property. So whose property? That person will take tension. Like that. Okay. So any other questions? After Kirtan, we'll have private, personal question answers. Huh? One-on-one, yes. Any other questions? No questions? Okay, so now we'll have Nam Sankirtan. Everybody excited? There is one more lesson we can learn from Chikki. Before going, you notice that wall there near Tulsi Maharani. It has a secret hole in that. She can go out, only Chikki can go. Ayansh, don't try. Only Chikki can go out. And then she can come inside from that hole. You can make sure you see that. When I came first time, then Prabhuji showed me. It's very important. You should see that. What do you learn from that? So she goes out to do business. Everybody understands? She goes out to do business. And then she comes inside. We have also come to this material world to do business. Material business. We should finish it and we should come back home. Back home, back to God. So every time you see Chikki go out like that and she come back eventually, we should remember that material world is outside. We want to be with Krishna inside the spiritual world. So like, yes. Again, we should not go back. We should go back to do our business. Similarly, when we go to office, it is like going out. So just go, do our work and come back to our Krishna. Our house is like temple. Yes. Do business. And then he took all of us with him and he's gone back. Gave us the way how to go back. Yes. Like Prabhupada. Ayansh? I don't understand whether you are raising your hand or what you are doing. You're raising your hand? Yes. You're stretching. That's okay. Yes, Maithili. We're going to do this tune today. She's going to sing this tune. Snake tune. Snake charmer tune. Just wait. I know. Yes, Maithili.
Like she's not like other dogs that will like come and attack you or something.
She's not a ferocious dog. Chikki is a very friendly dog. So devotees also should be friendly, not ferocious. You should be polite and kind. Trustworthy to the master. Yes.
And others who are very nice to her. She lays on the back, completely gives, like, you basar basically whatever it is. So it's like, with all the devotees and Krishna, completely.
Let me ask Ajay Prabhu and Aparna Mataji a question. Why do you have Chikki? Okay, very good answer. Very good answer. But let's analyze. Why do you have Chikki? Why do we have children? Why do parents have children?
Having a dog in the house, mind changes the environment. Because they live in the moment, they give you unconditional love, they don't complain as much. So it just brings joy in the house.
Did you all listen? This is very deep philosophy. What Ajay Prabhu is saying, yes. The dog loves you unconditionally. The dog loves the master unconditionally because the dog thinks my master is the best. Correct? He will not say, oh, that neighbor is a better dog owner. No. Ajay Prabhu, Aparna Mataji, they are the best dog owners. Correct? They love you unconditionally. We should also love God like that. Unconditional. My Krishna is the best. East or west, Krishna is the best. We also have to be like that. But I will tell you the philosophical truth, why they have chicky, or why anybody has pets, or why anybody has children. And all of you will agree with me. The only reason we have children and the only reason a person keeps pet at home, there's only one reason. They will give us happiness. Because they love us unconditionally, that gives us happiness. They live in the moment, that gives us happiness. They change the atmosphere of the house for the better, gives us happiness. You see? Ultimately, if you analyze, it boils down to children, Papa कहते हैं, बड़ा नाम करेगा. है ना? Parents have children so that children will give them joy. No parent gives birth to a child thinking, ये मुझे बहुत पीड़ा दे. I want this child to trouble me, like anything. No. Parents have children thinking that my child will make me proud. My child will make me happy. Similarly, we bring pet, we think the pet will bring happiness in my life. We also should be like that. Our life should be to give pleasure to Krishna. I want to make Krishna happy. भक्त कहता है भगवान का बड़ा नाम करेगा. बहुत नाम करेगा. तार मध्य सर्वश्रेष्ठ नाम. नाम संकीर्तन. We also want to become Krishna's dog. Dog of God. Dog of God we want to become. This is our neck belt. That we belong to Krishna. Yes, Ricardo. Amigo. Huh? What? Mexican style. One dog. One joke. Huh.
Every man's don't be divorced.
What? What? If every man, woman. Oh, if every. I will tell you another joke. This is a bumper sticker. You know, cars, they have those bumper stickers. I read this bumper sticker on a car. It said, I am trying to become the person that my dog thinks I am. Because dog thinks I am the best. I am the greatest. You know? So that's I am trying to become. And once I was giving a class, Bhakti Center, and one devotee, Bhima Prabhu, he was saying, my dog thinks I am a pure devotee. My dog thinks I am a pure devotee. So yes, the dogs, they are so unconditionally, they love the master. We also want to develop unconditional love for Krishna. And the way to develop that is to do Nam Sankirtan, chanting the names of God. And let's do it now enthusiastically. Okay? Hari Bol! Snake charmer tune now. Now you have to sing snake charmer tune. Huh? From Chicky. Okay, wait. Yes, Anvika wants to say something she learned from Chicky. Give me a high five. She learned that we are social people, not solitary animals. That's why we have come together. Narsimarti, yes. Hari Bol. Come. Snake charmer tune. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. I know you went there to change the tune. Melody. Okay. Sing. So Nam Sankirtan, seriously, okay? Hari Bol. Hare Krishna.